My name is Duron Chavis. I'm vying for the longest TEDx title in the history of TEDx. I'm from Richmond. I was born here. I've been an activist for longer than I could drink alcohol. Some of the plans around answering problems about poverty have probably made me want to drink. This is Richmond, Virginia. It's slightly schizophrenic. On one hand, you have Confederate statues that celebrate Confederate generals, but then on the other hand, you have slave dungeons that have been proposed to have baseball parks set on top of them. You have a town that's said to be for hipsters and foodies, but then you have residents that couldn't afford those restaurants, nor even have grocery stores within a mile or more of their neighborhoods. These are food deserts, concentrated in South Side and the East End. The USDA designates food deserts as areas with low income that don't have healthy food access within a mile or more. They have plenty of bodegas with corn syrup-filled, high fructose processed food-like substances that cause all types of maladies from diabetes, congestive heart failure, strokes, cancers, and even medical evidence is now showing that your diet is linked to psychological disorders and cognitive deficits. This was once a supermarket. At the corner of 25th and P, this is Churchill, used to be a community pride. However, if you go to Carytown, which is, one of the more affluent areas, you have 4 grocery stores within walking distance, 1 block. On Broad Rock Boulevard, you can go from Walmsley Boulevard all the way to Midlothian about 5 miles and not reach 1 grocery store. The real problem is poverty. In the dark brown areas, that's where all the dark people live, and these are the areas of high poverty. So what do we do in order to address both poverty and food insecurity simultaneously? I'm saying that we need to start talking about entrepreneurial urban agriculture. It's a holistic solution. This is Jerusalem Connection, our demonstration farm. By connecting communities to urban farms that they run and they own, you have an opportunity to connect nutrition, education, job training, and production and distribution of healthy food for these communities. It's an economic conversation. You have vacant lots inside of communities that have everything from about an abandoned building to an empty, blighted lot. If you attribute a dollar value to each one of these sites, you can estimate off an acre of land to gross at least $43,560. Multiply that times 4, you have $174,000. The city of Richmond alone owns 22 acres of vacant land. That's $3.5 million a year that's going into disuse. I call that gross negligence. Everybody has to eat. A conversation about food, how many of us in this room has the capacity to synthesize our nutrients by just standing outside in the sun? No one. So if we have the opportunity to transform our communities by connecting people back to the land, you're giving the power back to the people. You're giving people the opportunity to change their reality, and they be the owners, as in self-determiners of what they want to see. Paulo Freire teaches us that those who are oppressed have to be the orchestrators and liberators of themselves. This conversation about urban agriculture is just that. Thank you very much.